Once there was a young man from Chicago's Englewood community who only saw a bleak future for himself.
I told myself then, you poor, you don't have any money, people wearing nice stuff to school, you don't have the means to do that type of stuff, so you're getting laughed at constantly.
But as he watched a show on public television, a spark was lit. The subject was NASA and outer space.
That stuck in the back of my mind. I didn't know how to do it or how to get there, but I knew, that'll be cool to do one day.
Like the sky itself, the possibilities in Sidney Lee's life today are limitless.
Looking up into the sky and seeing the stars, seeing light, lux, and says, I'm going to reach for those stars. And by God, he did. Sidney Lee's life is nothing less than a miracle.
Here in Englewood, as a child, Sidney experienced a moment so traumatic, his life changed on the spot. A friend was murdered across the street from his home. Sidney saw it happen.
I couldn't believe it. To see one of the most energetic, lovely people that I knew and inspired to be at that time, body just lay there lifeless, and knew that I would never see him again.
It led to a swift descent into violence, his fist propelled by a hair-triggered temper.
You said something that I felt that was disrespectful, and other people laughed, it was automatic violence. No questions asked. Not thinking about the repercussions or consequences to anything. Just automatically snap.
Sidney dropped out of high school and took odd jobs. He says positive examples around him were scarce.
The only people that I seen that was successful were drug dealers. They had the cars, they had the girls, they had all the newest clothes. And I just thought at that point in time, why wouldn't I do the same thing?
He was drinking and living in an abandoned car.
My life was just going down, spiraling out of control. I had one foot on a banana peel and the other foot in a jail cell. One day just like that, and I would have probably had life in prison. Just that simple.
But soon there would be hope. A social worker connected Sidney to the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls.
It was the first place to where I had a good night's sleep. I didn't hear gunshots. I didn't hear ambulances. I didn't have to worry about somebody doing violence right outside my door. And I felt at that point in time, it was a lottery ticket for me.
Early on, what the home does, hopefully for every young person entrusted to our care, is first and foremost gives them a place where they feel safe, where they feel cared for, where they get a good education, where they can look at the trauma of their lives. And through therapy and through support and through friendships and through a wonderful litany of coworkers here at Mercy Home, life began to change, and he began to trust.
In the Mercy Home's care, Sidney got his GED and went on to the University of Houston, where he earned a degree in mechanical engineering. Jim Marisi was a youth care worker at the home and Sidney's advocate.
Sidney was extremely resilient. Sidney was a young man who always wanted to better his situation, and he took advantage of every opportunity that Mercy Home presented.
What once seemed an impossible dream, as depicted in that public television show, became a reality for the young man from Englewood. Sidney landed his dream job at Virgin Galactic, working on teams that launched rockets to the heavens.
You put in long hours, you work very hard, and on the other side, the result though, when you get to see that person go to space and then they come back and want to give you a hug and tell you about the experience and know that you were part of their legacy, it's just been amazing.
And recently, Sidney was offered a new opportunity, a job at SpaceX. Through Sidney's own amazing journey from the time he was a teenager has been Dominique, now his wife of 15 years. Together they have a daughter, Miley. Dominique, too, has seen the impact of the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls.
Mercy not only changed my husband's life, but it changed my life. You know, our daughter, it's changed the trajectory of our entire family's lives, in my opinion.
We speak often of the ripple effect. At a time when so many Chicago young people are in danger, the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls shows we can save lives and enhance our city. All made possible because of you, our generous donors.
People that support Mercy have an opportunity to create a legacy of an entirely different generation.
I am a prime example of the difference that you are making with donations and your time, and it's greatly appreciated.
Mercy Home for Boys and Girls is a port in the storm, a beacon of hope in the community. I always want to say to our donors, to our benefactors, thank you.